was getting ready to go somewhere and came out and noticed the system coming in again. And this is the kind of thing that always happens, of course. As you can see, here, let me pan around. And what was an otherwise semi-normal day, in other words, of actual Earth clouds, is what I mean. See, actually we're having what could be considered a normal day. That is, until the system showed back up again, or is right now. And you can see that going all through there, right there. It's behind our clouds, and I would imagine, as usual, or as normal, or what usually happens is our clouds will either react in a very strange kind of way, or they'll end up disappearing altogether. Probably, maybe even all of these happen either way. You can see there it is coming in behind our clouds, like I always say, and it's happening pretty fast too. You see it all through there, all back over there. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen these kind of things, of course. And then there, right there, that's another thing just to make note of. Those trails you see right there, even that X. And that one, there's another trail. Because the system makes a lot of trails that look like chemtrails. That's just something I maybe need to say. I've said it many times before, but look how fast this is happening. And all through there coming from, and that's over in the east, going across all the way over into the west. As of right now, all these things could be from any direction, as I've said many times. Actually, now I see they're coming, and there's a plane leaving one chemtrail, because he doesn't, and notices this, wants to keep putting forth the idea that, people that don't know, that are looking, then think this is all chemtrails, when it isn't. That one, see if I, right on across right there at the top, actually not that one, I'm getting blinded, I can't see, whatever the upper one is a chemtrail, these other ones aren't. I can't even see it because the sun's too bright. The one right there where that X is, those are not chemtrails. I saw those being created seemingly from nothing, but an object that no one's seeing is actually creating and leaving it, like I always say. I could sit here, I'm not going to. I should sometime time lapse all this stuff for those that might want to see it as it all happens. Or if you do, then I recommend go out and, like I always say to anyone, start looking at these things yourself. That's what I would always say to anyone. So you can see already there's like the triangular shape it's taking. You can actually see it moving right there. So like the thicker part is will tell me that it's coming off of the main object over here, somewhere off the horizon in the west. It's gotten bigger just in this couple of minutes of filming. Look at how fast you can see this stuff moving completely on its own, of course. I'm purposely leaving the camera perfectly still. You guys can see all that moving up there on its own, and I'm going to go pan across real quick. So as I'm heading across, and look at that big trail right there that is not even a chemtrail, and obviously is the biggest, widest misty trail, and all the other ones with it are obviously not chemtrails. And I would expect that probably over the next several hours, this thing will probably take over the whole sky, in which case, if it does, which I'm sure I'll be out to show it to you guys later, I would imagine. So there you go. Friday, about 1:30 in the afternoon. System's moving in again. And as these things continue to happen like this, the system's movement of travel, this thing is getting tremendously large, much faster than I even expected. But its movement of travel will continue, obviously, to be very dominant. Nothing anyone can do about any of this, of course. Not that it's necessarily doing anything to us, or is it? I think that's a question left unanswered right now. Here again, you can see if anyone that would look at this closer, if they would, or even examine any of this, the clouds on the bottom are moving with the wind towards the left, towards the west, while the whole thing, the entire system trail area, is all moving towards the east to the right, the complete opposite direction. Because it never matters what direction it's moving in relative to the wind. It moves and travels in whatever way that it wants to. Basically, there's just no other way of saying it. All right, we'll see what happens.